And we are live. What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Johnny Dunn, and we are back with another one today. Another epic VeVe live stream. Today we just have one drop. Today we have another blind box digital Marvel comic book. Today this is part 2 of the second ever comic book arc series on VeVe. Glad to see it. Good to see it. Shout out to everybody joining the live stream today. We got Punch in the building. Let's go. Top of the morning, JD. Part 2 DCA. What are y'all stacking today? Let's go. Is Punch rhyming today early in the morning? Love to see it. Let's go. I think there are some things that people are stacking in the market right now. I think Omi is also a great opportunity right now at its price. Not financial advice, of course, just my opinions. Something that I will be maybe adding some more to my Omi bag lately or recently. I probably will stack up some just because it's at an extreme low right now. I think it's definitely a good opportunity. We got Simone in the building. Every drop after the rewind cards. I think this is going to be another good week. I think we're going to see more and more green trucks this week. I think it's a great opportunity for so many people that have been complaining that they can't get a drop. It sells out too quick. Well, I think this is the week to where a lot of people will be able to get the drop, so that's good to see. It's just unfortunate because you see a lot of people go from complaining that they can't get a drop to now saying it's not selling out right away instantly. It lost momentum and all this crazy stuff. So you got to always fight your battles, Bust open the champagne. The very last Omi Advisor contract has unlocked. No more tokens will ever enter circulation from contracts. Today begins a new day. Once we have OUP, we start the real path. Let's go. Shout out to Puddin' Cheeks. He's an OG. He's been here for a while. I'm going to be going over the drop today and all the details together. Let me share this screen real quick. And we got a video to go over today. A couple of videos. So stay tuned. Let's see here. Today's drop. This is part 2. Again, I'm going to scroll up here. These are all the series that we have. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. A 5-part comic book arc. We had the first one dropped the other day. I like a lot of these covers. I think a lot of these rarities are under retail right now. And again, I'm a firm believer that things under retail won't stay under retail forever. Now, again, I know this isn't the most highly in-demand comic book in the real world, but I still believe that things under retail price won't stay under retail forever. So, it's just my opinion. Today we have issue number 2. I like a lot of these covers today as well. I am a big fan of the aesthetics of this one. The common. The uncommon's pretty similar. We got the rare. The ultra rare. I've always been a fan of the ultra rares most of the time. Secret rare, though, I think might take it on this one. I do like the secret rare aesthetics big time on this one. We got the black suit Spidey. We got Claw Man. Shout out to everybody who remembers Claw Man. That was a hilarious moment on the live stream. Again, your standard typical comic book run these days, 30,000 total editions. We got 21,000 for the common, 5,000 for the uncommon today, 2,350 for the rare, 1,050 for the ultra rare, secret rare, 600 editions. That's pretty much what it's going to be all week long. Haven't even taken a look at what these other covers look like. Might as well right now. All the editions are the same this week. So Friday's edition, Thursday's editions, all the same, 30,000 total. I do like this ultra rare, though. We got a little cemetery action. Little scary vibes here. Is that FA Cemetery? I like a lot of these covers, though. Kind of surprised. These are VeVe exclusives as well. I believe every single run is a VeVe exclusive. So I know people are going to be trying to collect a lot of the VeVe exclusive covers. So this is just a great opportunity for MCP points, as well as maybe add some things to your collection. It's not FA Cemetery, by the way. I think one of the first comic book arcs was. I just remembered a cover on one of the first comic book arcs. I do like a lot of those covers, though. What's the secret rare? Pretty interesting covers. I think they did a good job on them. Let me know your thoughts in the chats. Which rarity do you guys like the most out of this bunch today? I think I'm feeling the secret rare. But I think ultra rare and the commons are right behind it. Those are usually my favorites. Sometimes I do like the black and white aesthetic because once in a while the colorway will pop out to me, it feels like. But shout out to everybody joining the live stream today. Good luck on this drop. I do think, like I said before, I think this whole week is going to be a great opportunity for a lot of people. Maybe you're new and you want to stack up on those MCP points. I do think Master Collector Program is going to be huge in the future to try and get these future drops. Hamoon, let's go, fam. Good luck, y'all. Yeah, one thing I want to say about this, Simone, is I know a lot of people may be kind of disappointed that Omi's not, booming right away, etc. But you got to remember too, Omi is kind of based on how well the VeVe app does for right now. I do think Omi is going to get integrated in a whole bunch of different platforms over time, and you got to also remember the founders of VeVe, David, Dan, they have a bunch of Omi. They're holding Omi, so they have every incentive long term to make Omi very valuable. I think right now they're just trying to really structure the foundation, solidify that foundation, make sure the VeVe app has everything it needs, make sure it's moving smoothly, make sure it's a fun experience and everything, because that's really going to drive the price up with Omi. I do believe Omi is a long-term king. I think Omi, especially not only just with the VeVe app, but I think once they start integrating it on maybe different NFT platforms, different gaming platforms, sky's the limit. So I know it can kind of be frustrating, Simone. A lot of people may be down on their Omi bags, but kind of like what Punch said to start off the stream, dollar cost averaging, I think is going to help out a ton of people. If you bought in high and you believe in the project, you believe in the token, you can hold, or another strategy, keep buying when it's down low. Dollar cost average in. Is send and receive gems disabled? I think it still is. Addus on we? I believe so. I will press the like monitor and keep track of who pressed and who had it is good information. Wow, what? I didn't even know there was a real thing like that, Punch. There's a like monitor? Let's go. We got Punch with the DL, the down low, FBI Punch. I like to see it. What gate we trying out today? Oh, we got a couple different, ways to go. I thought about also introducing a new gate. I'll have to bring it out tomorrow, but I got a game plan. It's a funny little thing. I think it'd be funny. You have the issue, Le Simone. What issue are you talking about? Secret rare gate. Let's get it. Collecting every ultra rare. They look dope. Yeah, I agree. I think the ultra rare looks really, really good on all these. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's Simone. I think this is the reason why a lot of these ultra rares, especially on these comic books, especially on the Holy Grail ones, I think the ultra rares are only right behind the secret rares in edition count. And especially because a lot of these ultra rares are VeVe exclusives. I think the ultra rares are slept on big time for a lot of these comic books. Good news, Punch. Good news. We got Getsy in the building. How we doing, fam? We got Garrett, secret rare, manifesting it already. Love to see it. Let's go. The common is dope today. I agree. I had to use the common as the thumbnail today. And I decided to have a little bit of fun. So I added a bunch of team members from VeVe and myself on the thumbnail today. Thought it's a pretty good thumbnail. I got a little creative with it. Hope you guys enjoy it as well. We got December Bitcoin. How we doing? Good luck today. Hopefully you continue your hot streak. I know you've been crushing the drops lately. Good to see. Feels like a new era. Or it feels like, old school days with VeVe. Let's go. Getsy's going hard on today's drop. You should also charge Omi for the Patreon. I didn't even know you could do this, Punch, but I definitely will do this. Stack the Omi bag a little bit. That's one thing that I'm going to try to do in the near future while these prices are so low is stack my Omi bag a little bit. I've been trying to get a little bit more, and I think now is definitely the opportunity. Not financial advice, of course, just my opinions only. But I feel like I've done a pretty solid job at getting a lot of these collectibles on VeVe that I want. Still some comic books that I do want to add, but I feel like not the top number one priority for me right now. Feel like with my VeVe collection, I've been blessed, and everything I get now is kind of like a bonus. Shout out to Dan Shawbell. He always says, you already won, just have fun. And I feel like that saying is so crucial for a lot of people in the VeVe fam right now. It's important to have fun, especially if you've been blessed, you've been here for a while now. DCA is the way to go. Facts. Secret rare. Secret rare. Let's go. Let's manifest some SRs today, huh? Why not, fam? Where are your alien fingers at? Hit the like button. Let's go. Wow. Shout out to you, Frank, for the ultra rare yesterday. I like getting ultra rares. I mean, I'm a big fan of them. I did want to take we still have a little bit of this NFT Pirates video to catch up on the other day. But I want to go over the latest one. He just dropped a video this morning, so I want to go over a little 10-minute video. Had a chance to watch it right before, and I thought it was a good idea. So I think people are going to become a little bit more bullish, after hearing this video too, because we've seen a lot of these platforms pop up. You guys probably know my opinion, how I feel about a lot of other platforms popping up. I want to see them succeed because I do believe the more that people get into digital collecting as a whole, the better it is for the whole entire space, especially VeVe. JD, are you 1% on VeVe? I'm not sure about this, real talk. I'm not sure what you need to classify as the 1%. I feel like my valuation might be up there in the 1%, but I've kind of held off at completing the most possible sets. 55 sets I'm at right now. I have 264 collectibles. I have 195 comics. I just stacked a little bit of some comics and actually a couple under retail Coca-Colas too. I felt like half of retail, first edition Coca-Cola, probably going to be interoperable. Like all it has to do is get the retail and it's a 2x. So, I mean, I felt like anything under retail that's a big brand with high demand, I do feel like that the whole world knows about, I feel like is a huge opportunity. So I just wanted to add a couple of those. Plus, I'm trying to right now, I'm not really focused on sets just because I feel like I have the sets that I really, really want. There's obviously a couple that I still want, but I'm trying to basically kind of add to this, real talk. I'm trying to add collectibles and comics that are pretty cheap, maybe even under retail, try to just get them really, really, a steal basically, and just just pad the stats basically. So my goal has been trying to get back to 500 total collectibles, like collectibles and comics. Maybe eventually I get to 1,000. I had over 500 collectibles alone at one point. I was feeling like a whale, but I didn't really have the most valuable collection at the time. I had a lot of I had 40 or 30 FA Mighty Marvel Captain Americas, which I still love. I mean, FA Captain America, exclusive license just for VeVe. I think the Mighties are pretty slept on. So I do love them. But I condensed my collection basically, got rid of a lot of those duplicates, like 30 of them. I only have a couple left now of the duplicates. So I got rid of a lot of them to get the Walt. Walt is what made me have to sell a lot of my duplicates. I didn't want to. I still had a handful of, I think, Jokers at the time, FA Harley Quinns. But sometimes when a collectible drops and it's really, really important or you really, really love it, sometimes that's the exact reason why you got those duplicates, So I'm so happy that I decided to get the Walt and not just hold on to all my Jokers and FA Harley Quinns and everything else that I have. Now, I still believe in those big time to where I kind of almost want to go back and kind of recoup a lot of those duplicates before it's too late. But again, if I don't and I just hold on to the ones I have, I'm perfectly okay with that as well too. But that's kind of where I'm at, real talk, right now. I mean, I feel pretty solid with my collection, valuation, etc., where I'm at with the MCP. So right now I'm trying to just, stack the numbers basically. Just replying to a couple of people on the VeVe feed right now. Shout out to Jay Bustos. Shout out to Super Nintendo. Shout out to JM Lemmy 72. Just some people that commented on the feed. in case you're watching. Little shout out. But one thing I'm most proud of, real talk, not even my collectibles, not even my comics, my full sets, not even my valuation, really, is that the followers. This is something that I've been grinding on nonstop since March 2021. There's a point in time I got made fun of. You know, people are literally laughing at me, saying like, Johnny, what are you doing spending your time on the status, on the feed of the app, right? It's not perfect, you know, it doesn't work well, etc. And I just stayed the course, you know. So now that people are starting to become aware of, you know, growing their following on the VeVe app, how important that can be in the future. Now we're starting to see a lot of people grind on the feed and all the, you know, negative comments. Why are you doing this? Making fun of it. All that's kind of gone away. Now it's kind of tables have turned and it's kind of people are like, how'd you get that many followers? And it's like, it's a process. It's a grind. But that's part. It's just like any other social media. You know, if you're out there trying to grind on followers right now, it's just like YouTube, Instagram, you know, Twitter, just like any other platform out there. If you have over 100 collectible comics, you're in the top 2% of users on VeVe app. Let's go. I didn't know the exact numbers there, Getsy. So I'm in the top 2%. I agree. I can't wait till it may be a leaderboard. I've been hoping for a leaderboard, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a leaderboard or just like your ranking system, which is basically a leaderboard. It may just be called something different. Maybe, you know, have a little different aesthetics to it. I think it will be like a ranking system, though. We got El Che, over 500 collectibles comics, top 0.1%. Top 1% or top 0.1%, Getsy? This is something I'm trying to get to. I'm close right now. Yeah, that's where I want to be, in the top 0.1%. I was there, but I condensed my collection a little bit, and I'm happy I did. But now I'm just trying to get those numbers back there. Like I added a couple Coca-Cola under retail ones. I even added a couple comics that are under retail. I know they're not the most valuable comics in the world, so they may not, you know, go crazy expensive. But I do believe the comic books won't stay under retail. Most things won't stay under retail for long. It may be a long hold, but I'm okay with that. That's a solid goal right there, Punch. I think that's going to do really well too. There's a reason why they made them extremely limited, because when you have an Aston Martin brand, Aston Martin probably didn't want to make something that everybody can just have, because it would kind of dilute their brand. Their brand is about, you know, being exclusive, being something that most people can't afford or can't get. It's that high-end luxury car. So true. Real talk. This is something that, you know, I think about all the time, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of OGs and a whole bunch of new users even that think about this all the time. The toughest decision is selling, buying, when the real bangers haven't even touched down. Basically, what he means by that is, you know, it's a tough decision to start buying and selling a lot of these collectibles on the app now, when we all kind of know a lot of the grails still haven't even dropped yet. Now, we've been blessed. I would say a lot of the grails have dropped. Like, we've gotten blessed. It may not seem like that because we think of what we haven't got yet, but we have gotten so many amazing things. But still, you are right. We are going to get, you know, more and more crazy things in the future. I can't imagine what a one-of-one art would go for, a one-of-one crazy, you know, even a big branded collectible that they've teased before, you know, by a big brand. You know, Darth Vader, you know, the P word, a lot of stuff that a lot of people are still excited for. But just to touch on some things that we do have, like we have the first ever Spider-Man, first ever Batman, first ever Superman, Walt Disney. We have Disney, period, you know, Disney's entire IP coming. So those are some of the things that you think about, like what's in Disney's IP that we haven't got yet. Disney owns everything. So, you know, it makes you definitely, you know, think. Just bought 50K Omi, feels good. Shout out to Sam P. 2004. It definitely feels good adding Omi. Anytime you can add Omi to your bag, it's like a satisfying feeling. I would have to agree with that for sure. Shout out to Sam for adding to his Omi bag. 50K Omi may not seem like a lot right now, but I think in a year or two, or I don't know the time frame, maybe even, you know, half a year from now, I think you're probably going to look back on this comment, Sam P. Hopefully you can bring this comment up snippet, part of this video. And who knows from now, whether that's 6 months from now, a couple years from now, you look back and say 50K Omi was a blessing. Facts, Getsy, yeah, big part. This is huge too. Once you can get over, maybe not, you don't ever get over it because everybody has different strategies and situations. Maybe you only are a flipper, so that's all you kind of think of. But I agree with this, Getsy. Getsy said the real talk. I'm not worried about timing the market anymore. Just hodl my main collection, enjoy the ride. Such a great statement right here, because we all kind of get caught up, in the day-to-day, what we don't have, trying to get this, trying to time the market, flip this. But I think this comment, really hit the nail on the head. It's so important just to kind of, realize what you do have. Don't focus so much on the things you don't have. Take it all in, what you do have, what VeVe does have on the platform. Enjoy the ride. We're here early. Things aren't going to be perfect. Things aren't going to happen instantly. But that's kind of the blessing at the same time about being early. Would you rather be early and deal with like the ups and downs, or would you rather be late? Everything's perfect, but VeVe's already been 5 to 10 years here. It's like you got to kind of take the good with the bad a little bit. Afternoon, gang. How we doing? Over 500 will be top 0.1%. So yeah, this is what I'm going for, Tucson. Definitely trying to be in that top 0.1%. I don't know if I'll be able to keep it going. I think I will. Top 0.1%, not top 0.1%, not 1%, 0.1. Good to know, Getsy. So really, it's like I kind of want to be in the top 0.01%. I think that might be with the people who have like 1,000 collectibles. There's a few of them out there, Shout out to the, the people who are out there stacking. I think I know some people out there. About 100K in value gets you top 0.1%. I think it really depends, Tucson. I mean, because 100K really depends on which comics and collectibles you have. Because you could have a 100K valuation, 200K valuation, and still not be in the 0.1%. Kind of like mine right now, just because I don't have the amount, the quantity of collectibles needed to be in that 0.1%. But I have the quality of collectibles, which I'm happy about. So I guess you could say, it depends which you're saying, what subject you're talking about. 0.1% in total collectibles or 0.1% in valuation of your portfolio. I feel like there's different ways to look at it. But I kind of want to be in both there. I don't understand the point system in the VeVe Discord. What does it mean? So, Punch, I'm not positive if that's going to have any kind of relation to any kind of benefits or rewards on the VeVe app. I'm under the impression it doesn't right now. It's kind of just, but it could in the future. You never know. But you can basically get ranked in the Discord on, how much you engage and all kinds of stuff. It basically just kind of shows, how much experience you've had. Are you a new user? Have you been here for a while? I think there's been a few people that have been ranked actually number 1 in the Discord for a while. I think Kyle Wilson was ranked number 1 when we were grinding hard in the Discord. But the Discord's blown up now. Like that, we were in there early days, man. So now it's crazy to go in there and look to see. I'm not even on Discord that much anymore. But when I hop in that VeVe Discord, it kind of blows my mind every time because I just think of the days when it wasn't like that at all. There was only maybe a few thousand people in there. So right, Aston Martins very expensive. DeLoreans were cheap when they were new. Yeah, facts, Tucson. And that's the thing, that the amount of additions with the DeLorean drop might have been a licensor, a suggestion. I'm not positive on that. But again, I think the DeLorean had a lot more additions than the Aston Martin because it's just a different, category of car, I feel like. But also, the DeLorean, I think, will be huge in the future, being the first ever vehicle. That's also probably why they had a lot of additions. They want a lot of people to be able to try to have the first ever vehicle, especially with renting and everything like that coming out. I think having the first vehicle will be huge. But again, Aston Martin, This high-end luxury car. That's up there with the Rolls Royces and everything. That's a high-end luxury right there. I'm sure one day we may see a Corvette license. Not confirmed. Now that data isn't vault valuation or MCP points, just a number of collectibles in your account. Okay, good to know, Getsy. Yeah, so that's just quantity of collectibles and comics probably combined. I didn't know Punch you were a painter. I should have known this. Salute Johnny. Good luck. Let's go. Shout out to all my aliens in the chat today. Good luck, everybody. I will be getting to a couple more comments, and I'm going to put the video on. JOC.com. Shout out to you, brother. So, Jason, I want to touch on this comment right here because I know they said this a bunch of times and it confuses a lot of people. So, for this comment right here, Jason, the reason why they say this is because their first intentions, I believe, was to withdraw using OMI. And so, because you can't now convert gems to OMI, they just have to restructure it a little bit differently. So, now that's why they're including withdrawal with gems to US dollars, but then eventually people are going to be able to sell their NFTs for OMI. So, I think originally people are just going to be able to use crypto, but a lot of things have changed with the, legality issues and everything like that. So they just want to structure it a way that's going to be smooth sailing. We got Luke. Miss Rose, how we doing? How we doing, Miss Rose? Are you going for the drop today? If you are, good luck. I hope you keep crushing it. Miss Rose has been on fire lately, so hopefully you keep up the good luck. Keep grinding, JD. 0.001%. You need 2,000 collectibles. Only 33 people in that club. Maybe I'll get there one day. I think I could get there, but I would have to probably sell my wallet and then just buy a bunch of cheap stuff. And I don't want to do that just to get the amount of collectibles. That would be funny, though, if one day you just wake up in a week from now or a couple days from now and you see on my profile, Johnny, you have 2,000 collectibles. And literally like 1,000 of them are, just like a comic under retail or something crazy like that. Oh man, my back is crushing me right now. VeVe cares about. Good morning, Miss Rose. Cannot buy gems through Google. Yeah, so there seems to be an issue right now with the whole Google Play Store. Let me just read out what the tweet was from VeVe real quick. So VeVe tweeted out, heads up, the Google app review team had issues opening our app in their test environment. It isn't the first time this has happened, but it's the first time our app was automatically removed before we had a chance to respond. Thank you, or we are working to get it back up ASAP. Thank you. So it just looks like they had an issue real quick. Yeah, exactly. That's all it was. Getsy is actually right. Tucson. JD, JT. Yeah, good luck, JT. We got Robin J. Hey, let's go. Shout out to everybody being able to work together, get the gems for the drop. I think for me, my strategy on this one, I'm going to go for the drop again. I got the gems to go for the comics, so I may just hit confirm, just try to test my luck today. But my whole game plan for this week was to not really go hard on these drops, just to try to see if I can get it and maybe save the few gems. But I figured it's $6. Might have some fun, might just go for it. But we'll see. Oh, okay. I didn't know everyone in your circle was a gallery artist. So if I'm painting, if not collecting VeVe. Let's go. Painting and Vivian. VeVe's going to be like a verb soon. What are you doing? I'm just VeVeing. Once VeVe starts facilitating gems to fiat or gems to OMI, they face lots of regulation. Absolutely. And that's another thing why I think things are just taking a little bit more time than people may have thought, because they blew up. They grew so much quicker. Huge licensors, huge brands on board. I'm sure Disney's not just saying, yeah, okay, just go try to do whatever. Disney's probably saying, okay, let's double check this. Let's triple check this. Let's make sure everything is, I's are dotted, T's are crossed type thing. Big dub. Let's go, Journey. All right, let's take a look at new NFT Pirates video. Let's go. Give him a like. This is only 10 minutes long. It's a new video he just posted today. So I kind of want to just go over this and then kind of just, listen to it with you guys, hear his thoughts on everything, and then go over a little bit of the last video that we were watching. Kind of ties into it. Because I think a lot of what he's saying here, too, is basically be patient. VeVe's setting us up for something gigantic. When you have the biggest brands on board, FAs of the biggest characters, first appearances of the biggest characters in the world in premium digital format. Again, digital collecting hasn't even become a standard just yet. People are kind of like digital collecting, but you can't touch it. People don't even realize that they're like their parents saying that about the music industry, about I wanted to physically touch the tangible CD. It's like, no, digital music streaming. Now you can hold millions and millions of songs. Your music collection is just limitless at this point, and you can take it anywhere around the world. Shout out to the Pirates.
What is up, VeVe family? Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be breaking down the importance of first appearance and the importance of first to the blockchain, and essentially why I think that's going to carry so much weight long term. Again, this is speculation. This is never financial advice. Please do your own research before kind of making any of these financial decisions. But I just think it's really important to kind of see, now that we have these various NFT companies like Hero and Palm Studios with licensed partnerships like DC, what this will actually do for VeVe NFTs long term, and then also give a bit of history as to why we think that VeVe NFTs will kind of stand out from the rest. So before I actually dabble into the comparisons to other platforms, I think it's really important just to have a bit of history and why we thought first appearance and first to the blockchain was so critical. So when you look at card collecting and comic book collecting, the first appearance of something really holds a lot more weight than the subsequent comics or cards that are printed. So to give you an example, something that everybody reverts to is Amazing Fantasy number 15, where 9.8 of that comic book would be over $3 million. A lower grade would still run you probably $30,000 to $40,000 if that's just like minimum entry just to get one of these comic books. Then all subsequent Spider-Man comics from that point forward, there were still some that still held a lot of value if there was like first appearances of other major characters, or if there was, things that were really significant, as an example, like, wearing the black Spider-Man suit for the first time. So I'm not saying that subsequent comics weren't significant, but, nothing ever beats that first appearance of Spider-Man, right? So that was like the most expensive comic book that you can buy for Spider-Man related comic books. I mean, we can go into other examples about Batman, et cetera, but all of the ones that first came out, Superman, Batman, Black Panther, they're all worth the most amount of money. And then so I feel like that's a very easy concept. When we go over to Pokemon, the same kind of thing. If you look, for instance, at the first edition Shadowless Charizard, that still is the grail, so to speak, of Pokemon cards. There's obviously a few others that are more expensive, that just have to do with pure scarcity and being pre-released. I mean, everybody saw that Logan Paul recently bought that trainer card for over $5 million. Who knows what that's even worth now? And again, like this Charizard right here that you're seeing at a PSA 10, that would be like a $2,000 card. So it doesn't mean that if you buy the 9th edition of a Black Panther model that it's still not going to have weight. It just may not have as much as that first one. Now, when it comes to blockchain, I think this is going to matter even more. And the reason that I say that is because everybody's connected to the blockchain and they can actually...
That's a huge point. Everybody's connected. Also, what that means is now everybody's a collector. It's not just people who are into the physical stuff, because I would have never collected any physical comic books or anything like that. But now, because of digital collecting, anybody who has a cell phone becomes a collector. Think of how wide that opens up the the user base of collectors now. Now everybody's into it. And because of the blockchain, it's all connected. So anybody around the world at any given time can go and collect their favorite comic book.
Actually look at those data points. And other than the quality of an NFT, what other differentiators do we have other than timestamps and data to be able to say, well, this one must be more significant than another? And when we look at the concept of first appearance, and let's just look at Batman NFTs right now, as much as there's 7,500 editions of Todd, if that truly is, and we can ensure that the Go chain metadata is embedded on IMX, if that truly is, the first Batman NFT ever, and now we have all these subsequent NFTs. I mean, you're already seeing it from Hero, which they have some really cool cards. You also have, the Batman Cowl NFTs from Palm Studios, which there are like 200,000 NFTs that you can purchase. The Batman helmet that you buy, it will be unique and different from somebody else's, which is kind of cool. But just think about that. So already within just Batman alone, already we have Hero, which I'm not sure, I don't know enough about Hero, but I'm presuming, there's at least tens, if not dozens of different Batman cards, okay, just for Batman. Then we have these 200,000 unique Batman helmets coming out. Then on VeVe, we have all of the different black and white series, which has up to, what is it now? So 6 sets, right? And then on top of that, we also have unique things like a Batman and Croc statue. That's so many different NFTs already, and we're still so young. And back in the day, I was like, oh, we might see, tens of thousands. Well, technically, we're already there now, right? And then you don't even want to talk about the additions of all those. There's probably going to be, at least over 300,000, if not 400,000 additions of those unique NFTs already. And this is just beginning, right? That we're hardly even looking over the hill yet. There's going to be millions and millions of editions and hundreds of thousands of more Batman NFTs coming over the next 20 years, let's just say, okay? So then you got to start thinking to yourself, okay, if this is all happening, what the heck is going to, stand out from the pack? Now, scarcity is going to play an important factor. If you look at Hero right now, they had a one-of-one Batman card, which was pretty fucking cool. And I think that would, sell for easily over $100,000 even now, potentially. I mean, we'll see how things play out. But then you also have to look at something like Todd, and you're like, okay, well, this is the only NFT in human history that technically could be labeled an FA, providing everything works out. Like, how could you say that that's not important? Shout out to VeVe Viral, and I've got to do more research on this, but he actually said recently that this may in fact be the first NFT of a fictional character that came out. Now, where this doesn't necessarily apply these principles in the physical realm is toys. I mean, scarcity again is a huge component, limited manufacturing, things like that. But somebody asked me today, well, can you tell me where the first Batman toy was and why that's not $1 million toy? And it was like by Marx in the 1960s or something like that. It was the first action figure that came out for Batman. And these are points that we have to consider. We can't just presume that, hey, guess what, we know what we're talking about here, okay? Like, we're just again making parallels and why.
$1 million in cash prizes. All participants will have 100% fair draw. Are you sure you want to miss it? This is an NFT project with huge bonuses. Total prize money up to $1 million. Among them, $500,000 was used for lottery. $500,000 managed by all holders.
We think this is likely that this is going to be, one of the most expensive, one of the most important NFTs, the Todd. But another thing to consider now, which I wanted to share with everybody as well, is when we go to IMX, okay, imagine being not a VeVe user on Immutable and then all of a sudden seeing a Todd Batman, right? Not everybody is going to have the wherewithal to know what first appearance means. They might actually just go after the highest rarity. So for instance, ultra rare, secret rare, things like that. And the lowest amount of editions is tied with it. Rizzo, as an example, people might say, well, it's the first ever set, it's first edition, looks badass, there's 1750, it's a lot lower, it's ultra rare, Todd's the common. Why would I spend half the money for the common if they don't understand the principle of first appearance? I think at the beginning, we actually may see scarcity play a bigger component with the people that are less familiar with the terminology.
I agree with what he said too. That's why I think scarcity is going to be more valuable in the beginning, kind of like short term, medium term. And then I believe long term popularity and demand will cause scarcity in a lot of these collectibles, popular collectibles that may have a lot of editions. So I do agree with that 100%.
Because they're going to be going after the things that in their minds, have held more value in the past. That actually might revert a little bit long term when people start to think, okay, well, wait a second here. We have so many damn NFTs, so much scarcity. But what you have to understand is that the first appearance long term will be the scarcest NFT that comes out. Does that make sense? So as much as you're going to be buying into scarcity at the beginning, because that's what's going to be more valuable, when there's, again, hundreds of thousands of NFTs, and only one of those hundreds of thousands is the FA, and maybe there's going to be 30 to 40 exceptionally cool, scarce products, but only one FA. Does that make sense? So as much as there's going to be scarcity and that's going to play a major component, I'm just using Batman because I'm trying to get a little more detail. But again, this is us drawing, not conclusions, but we're speculating on why we think this is so important. And if these principles do come into effect, and you think about Star Wars NFTs on VeVe, you think about
VeVe vibes,
Superman NFTs, and how much Action Comics #1 goes for. So these are all just insane opportunities. So with all of that, we still have a few different issues that are going to come up. And the first one is going to be the cash out. A lot of people are still upset about that because they spent all this money in the app and they still can't take out the gems. There has been a lot of trades that have done offline. A lot of people have sold and made a lot of money. But again, it's not advised by VeVe. It goes outside of their terms and conditions. And so, people are getting upset because they're saying, hey, listen, I've got all this money in here. I do think these are the best, but if we can't cash them out, then what are these? They're just in a closed ecosystem, right? Once that gets resolved, and if we can have a bit of interoperability and be put onto IMX at least from some of these major licenses, and people are saying, hey, DC actually may be one of the first ones to be able to do that. You're already seeing DC from Hero and Immutable, so people are saying it's likely that DC could also be taken off. So that's probable, and that's really exciting. But I think that's going to be a major step, and I think Omi to NFT is going to be the catalyst that changes everything here for us, and where you're going to see tons of money come in. And if you haven't subscribed to Kyle Wilson's channel, go do that now. He did a sweet video recently talking about the amount of people that actually have immutable addresses, and then the amount of people that have ETH addresses that have more than 0.1 ETH. And there was over 4 million people with 0.1 ETH, which is about $300 and something. So you imagine a big chunk of that market comes over, even let's just say 50,000 people, and they start buying up these, first ever NFTs, right? So I think that's pretty crazy to think about. But the one thing that's incredible is that we're 100% secured on the IMX. Those timestamps are there. So I think it's also important if you're really serious about, what NFTs will not be challenged. So as an example right now, look at Todd Batman. I'm kind of okay, well, how does that look? People are saying also that potentially some of the DC NFTs from Hero were minted first. I don't know how that works. So I need some more clarity about that. If you understand that more, leave some comments. But man, we're on Immutable. So to me, that was probably the most important step. I'm glad that came first and over the cash out, because with GoChain, I'm still kind of a bit wonky as to what that means. So at least we're on Immutable. It's on the Ethereum blockchain. So that's so critical. And I don't know. I'm feeling really confident about it. I feel like the team, has got rid of a lot of the bot issues recently. I believe the bots were only 5% of, some of the latest drops, as before they're a lot higher proportion. So I think that's, really positive. I've been hitting drops again. It kind of reminds me of the old days.
Does feel like the old days.
I don't know. I'm still super bullish. 100%. There's been some issues, but I bet you that if everybody was up right now in their investment, or at least had a stable investment from January, there would be literally no FUD. It'd be VeVe, continue to take your time. We're good here. Let's just hope that.
And that's a lot of what you just touched on right there is a great point. That's a lot of the issue right now. A lot of new users, a lot of people came in, January, February, all-time highs. And so they're down on their investment right now. A lot of people are down on their OMI investment. And this is what I was saying before. It's that built up frustration, more delays. People are down. People are in the red. Once they hear another delay, lashing out on everything. That's why we're at a point right now to where they could drop Star. It's getting better these days right now. Absolutely. But just a couple weeks ago, it got to the point it was pretty toxic to where they could have released Darth Vader, I was saying, and people are going to be pissed, saying, fix the drop system, fix the bot problem, right? And then they could have released, they have, an unimportant comic book. And then those same people are just going to lash out of that built-up frustration, which is understandable. They're lashing out saying, stop dropping garbage, drop something good. So, VeVe was in a situation because of all the, toxic energies. They couldn't win, But it's good to see that things are changing now. It looks like they did a great job, or at least they're working hard on the issues that everybody's really, brought to light about. And so it feels like a new era because we're kind of reverting back to what feels like the old days in VeVe. And it's just a good feeling. Things are looking up. So the biggest thing about this is that it doesn't feel early anymore, but this is still super early. That's why there's a big joke on Twitter. It's a running joke these days. We're still early. People are making fun of that. Not real. They're thinking that we're late. This is still super early. And you can just tell it's early by a lot of the FUD questions people are saying, having concerns with. We don't have cash out just yet for everybody. Once things are in place, once this is smooth sailing and it's quote unquote perfect, the opportunities won't be here because it'll seem obvious to everybody. So like I always say, this is a blessing. This is a period of time still that Maybe it's a year from now. Maybe it's 2 years from now. Maybe it's longer. Maybe it's 6 months from now. We're going to look back and say, oh my gosh, this app had every big brand. This team was working hard on every solution. We have Alfred Kahn. Like Omi is low right now. People are going to be wishing they had this opportunity once everything is perfect.
To scale. Let's hope that they start a new philosophy, which is under promise and over deliver. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. So again, don't ever invest more than you can. Don't be over leveraged. You know, when you're not over leveraged, that's the fun part. You can take more risks. You can, you know, speculate a little more, and it's not kind of affecting your bottom line, your mortgage payments, you know, your relationships. But if you think there's something that's a really good calculated purchase, then go for it, right? So thanks so much, everybody. Hope you have an amazing week ahead. And I'm still feeling pretty good about everything. So I hope you are too. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Shout out to Chad. Shout out to the Pirates. You know, I'm glad he said a lot of that because I think it was much needed. You know, I think anytime you see another platform pop up, I think that helps VeVe. I think that's just getting more people into the whole digital collecting space, especially when they're licensed with big brands. I think it just introduces more and more people to the possibilities of this space, not just a random NFT or a digital collectible. This is a digital collectible that they might have been fans of the brand for years, for decades, and now they get to collect it digitally. So let me just get to some comments before I put up a little bit of the older video. What do you think would be a long-term better pickup? Groot Rare or Invisible Woman Ultra Rare? Ooh, so that Invisible Woman is interesting because that's not the FA, right, Knight Rider? But that's the one in that premium version. Those statues look like they're going to be, gamified some way. Now, that's a huge speculation. There's nothing confirmed about that at all. I feel like Invisible Woman may be a little bit more popular. But Groot FA, I don't know about this one, Knight Rider. You always ask me amazing questions. You know, I appreciate your questions because you have some really good ones. I don't have Invisible Woman or the Groot, to be honest, right now. Groot FA. See, I didn't know too much about Groot. But I know Groot is, you know, he's a pretty big character. I feel like an FA of Groot. Invisible Woman non-FA ultra rare though. I like the animation on that one. It's tough for me to go with a non-FA just because I think possibly in the future they could release even a more limited edition, maybe one that looks better. And if it's not the FA, I think people will long term go for FAs, but it's tough. Knight Rider, I don't have an answer for this one. I've said that a few times now with you. You stumped me on a few questions here, man. That's a tough one. I'm going to be thinking about that question. Disney won't put their name in an app and risk their reputation for a couple 100,000 or a couple million. Disney is bigger than a quick crash grab. Hope people see it. Thank you. K. Walker hit the nail on the head with this one, man. I mean, this is what I've been trying to get across to so many people. You know, Disney has lawyers, you know, tons of lawyers. In order to get their entire IP, not just one segment of Disney, VeVe Economy has the entire Disney IP. That's huge. They own ESPN. Just think about that, right? I mean, Disney has lawyers like crazy. So they had to vet the VeVe team. They had to vet the Economy team, the VeVe app, everything about this. They had to make sure that this is going to help their legacy, you know, decades from now. They're probably rolling out stuff 5 years from now. Just a game plan and, you know, a roadmap. This isn't something that they just saw NFTs pop up. Let me just try to quickly sign to an NFT platform and, you know, capitalize on the moment. They're like a $300 billion company. You know, they don't do things just for short-term cash grabs. They do things to build their legacy. So that's also what gives you some confidence that VeVe's. That's why I always say VeVe's going to be here for decades and decades. I mean, they could roll out for a whole decade of just Disney IP, and they pretty much have every big brand on board. So that's another reason why things take time. You know, we've been blessed. We've gotten so many of these iconic, huge grail items. So, like the golden moments, like I think some of them, I just picked up another duplicate of one of the cheapest golden moments because I was like, you know what? I barely have any money left, but this is exactly what it felt like March in 2021, April in 2021. So like we saw how that worked a few months from then. So let's go. Ultra Rare Spider-Man. Pulled the trigger on it. Love to see it, Horgo. You know, I like the Spider-Man. That's the first ever Spider-Man. That's the first ever Marvel NFT. The first time Marvel released a digital collectible, it was the FA Spider-Man. That's history. And so for me, I love collecting history. I do believe that historic moments are going to be huge in the future. There's going to be, think of how many Spider-Man are going to be released, right? As an NFT, as a digital collectible in the future. The most popular superhero in the world right now. It's probably going to be a bunch of Spider-Man. So to have the very, very first one, I mean, the next Spider-Man is probably going to look amazing, right? Maybe it's the Miles Morales one. That's going to be a huge hit. There's so many different variations of Spider-Man. But to have the very first one, the first Marvel NFT, I think that's just iconic right there. I love the pickup, Orgo. And I do believe, you know, with that ultra rare, as that secret rare climbs, I think the ultra rare will start to follow it. So love to see it. It's just the part of history, you know. Wow, I didn't realize it hit 15K last bull run, Getsy. That's good to see. Oh, okay. So James Robertson, this is going to depend on your situation. Are you if you're trying to collect every single Batman set and you have the first series, the second series, the third series on, I would say yeah, complete that 6 series. Now, if that's not a goal of yours and you're not trying to complete every Batman set, I think you may be better off maybe going for a Holy Grail comic book, Fantastic Four #1, Amazing Spider-Man #1. I think Final Fantasy Spider-Man will do a little bit better, but I don't think that's going to hurt Amazing Spider-Man #1. Maybe just short term, but a Holy Grail is going to be a Holy Grail. Fantastic Four #1, Marvel Comics #1, Amazing Spider-Man #1. I love those. So that's what I would say, James Robertson. I mean, I still think that Batman, I mean, I don't think it's going to be one of the top Batman in the whole set just because it's not a FEFA. And there may be other ones in the future that look better, etc. But I still think it's going to do well. I think it's still going to grow from here. But like I said, it depends on your situation. Like me personally, I'm trying to complete every single Batman set. So I would complete that. But if it's not something that you're really into and you don't have a Fantastic Four #1 yet, maybe you go with one of those or the Amazing Spider-Man. Let's go. Better than 0 gems. Stacked yesterday my 5th Winnie the Pooh. Great move. Energy. That's one that I want to grab another one of. Shout out to Miss Rose. She got a 2nd Winnie the Pooh. I haven't got my 2nd one just yet. Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie or buy some cheap Golden Moment duplicates? It's a hard question. Need chat's opinion too. I don't think you go wrong with Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie, man. Now, that's one of the few collectibles I don't think that's going to need a FEFA. I always, when I think of Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie, I think of when we're on Series 8 Mickey Mouse NFT collection. I don't know how many series there's going to be in that collection, but to have the Ultra Rare from the first ever Mickey Mouse NFT collection, I think is going to be absolutely iconic. I do love the Golden Moments, though, too. A lot of those are FAs. It's hard to pass that up. I think what I would do is grab a 2nd or a 1st Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie and then try to grab the cheapest duplicate Golden Moments after that. Just my opinion. Depends on which Golden Moment you go for, though. But it's just, I know Steamboat Willie is really low right now. And I just vision what that's going to do when we're on like Series 5, 6, 10, you know. Rich J, can't get today's drop. My phone says something about security requirements. If that happens to you and you can't get in the app, I think people have said try to uninstall and reinstall the app. But sometimes if you get that security requirements notification, usually you can still use the app. So another not easy one. Spidey Zombie Hunter common. which is also FA, or Deadpool Uncommon? I'm going to go FA Spider-Man. That's a tough one, though. This is another tough one. I don't have either of these anymore, Knight Rider. I got rid of my zombies 5 minutes to the drop. I got rid of my zombie hunter Spider-Man, not because I wanted to. I wanted to keep every Spider-Man I can. FA Spidey. Spider-Man is the most popular superhero. I know Deadpool's huge too. It's an FA. And I know Spider-Man's like the zombie version of it, but it's still an FA Spider-Man. And because it's the most popular superhero in the world, I would still go FA Spider-Man, even though it's the common. That's just my opinion. But also, maybe I'm a little bit more biased because I've never been the biggest Deadpool fan. Let's go. Good morning, Ken Dub. Just another fun day in the VeVe neighborhood. Let's get it. Let's go. That's a fact. Soon it's going to, this comment actually will be unbelievable. Because Ken W, once we're in the VeVe verse, and maybe we're doing the drops inside my showroom one day or something crazy, right? It really will be like another fun day in the VeVe neighborhood, in the VeVe-verse neighborhood. Zach, how we doing from the Palace? Zachary Roy. You see Rory McIlroy have a good little comeback? Her last name made me think of that. Saquon from the bunker. Chasing Sundays. Good morning, fam. Let's get some dubs. Don't start this, Drew NFTV. We may see the market sink a little bit if we get any May 4th Star Wars teasers. Yeah, ultra rare Steamboat, really, in my opinion, unless you have 20k gems for the FA Mickey Walt. I agree. I agree with this VeVe Vibes. Again, if you guys aren't following VeVe Vibes, make sure you go check them out on YouTube. I would agree with this because I think ultra rare Steamboat, really, that's that first NFT, the first series of the Mickey Mouse NFT collection is one of the few that I think doesn't need the FEFA tag. I think there's exceptions with that. Most of the time, I would probably go with an FA or FE of a collectible, but the Mickey Mouse NFT collection, Series 1, just think of how iconic that's going to be when we have Mickey Mouse NFT collection, Series 10's releasing. It's like, whoa, what Series 1 is? What Series 1 at by then, right? I think that'll be similar to how, you know, the black and white Batman collections go. Series 1's going to be untouchable. But there was a time when Series 1 was affordable. I was here when Rizzo was $400. Todd Batman wasn't sold out. So sometimes things just need time. We got 2 minutes, 17 seconds left of the drop. About time after 1 year. Yeah, hopefully, Kevin Schimmel, you land something good on the comic today. It's crazy you haven't gotten an ultra rare on a comic book after a year. I've gotten blessed with a lot of comic book drops on ultra rares. Haven't got a comic book secret rare yet. And all the comics I've gotten, I'm surprised, actually. But again, I'm not complaining just because I've been blessed with so many big-time collectible drops. It's definitely evened out. Ooh, okay, Walker go Deadpool common, to be honest. I think it's another hard question. Yeah, I think you go either way with that one. Okay, Walker, I would say the VeVe-verse, how I imagine it, it's going to start off small, you know, small iterations. Probably won't be anything crazy right away. I almost think of it like a multiplayer in each other's showrooms to where, like, you could come in my showroom, maybe Miss Rose could come in my showroom in December, and then we could just play like a mini game or interact with the collectibles. I think it'll be really simple in the beginning, but then it'll be like layered iterations on top of that. Yeah, cover art is amazing on this one. I agree, guys. This is one to where I feel like may not be the most demand value in the real world, but the covers on these look amazing for the VeVe exclusives too. All right, guys. Under a minute, 55 seconds. Shout out to all my coffee gators. I have a huge coffee in like 3 cups today. I double and triple cup my cups. That way it's like more sturdy when it's like on the table. All right, I'm recording. Wow, that lagged at 34 seconds big time. That lagged at 31 seconds. All right, I think that's good. Coffee Gate. Shout out Getsy. I should have put. I'm gonna do some tea next time. Shout out to OBL. Reminded me I should start drinking a little bit of tea instead. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye now. I got it. Probably didn't sell out right away. What do you guys think? Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it, everyone? Let me know in the comments. Should I do it? I'm going to listen to you guys. Yes or no? Spam yes or no, and I'm going to do it or not do it. I'm probably going to do it. 3-digit secret rare, please. Sometimes you got to just wait for the perfect timing. Do it. Yes. All right. I'll do it. Let's go. 3-digit. I did this one for you guys on the chat today. Three-digit. Secret rare. Talk 8. It's sold out, Ketsy? You only got 4 of them? Chat gate confirmed. 23,715. All right, high mint. Could be a secret rare, though. Let's go. Got 3, got 1. I just got the most random mint in the world. Let's go. All right. Yeah, Chasing Sundays and Johnny Boy made me do it. And Dubes. Let's see. Got 2. Miss Rose, chat gate confirmed. Let's see. A secret rare for you, champ. Let's go. What was the mint number, K Walker? Getsy got a captcha. Got 4. Let's go, TY. You got 4 chances, man. I hope you get something good. W high minto. You got a medium tier mint, 11,000. Oh, wow. Good mint number here, 705. Glad somebody did well here. Dub, let's go. Haven't seen this in a while. December Bitcoin. Dub, stunting today. Let's go. Oh, wow. Wow. I thought this was, I read this as a number going down in sequential order, but I guess it's kind of close. You have a lot of numbers like close to each other, but nothing too crazy there. Chasing Sundays got a dub. So the most we saw so far was 4. Oh, Crypto Superhero got 5. So you guys got 5 and then it's sold out. Good to know. So weird. The account I made for my partner couldn't get any at all, even when I was able to buy multiples. I saw this happen a little bit ago on Twitter, December. I think some people are thinking it could be because it's the same Wi-Fi, maybe. I'm not sure how to solve this issue, December, but I'm pretty sure other people were talking about this on Twitter the other day or the other drop when it happened. Yeah, hopefully you get a secret rare. You didn't put the password in for the secret rare, sir? He remembered this. This is hilarious. If I got the secret rare the other day, I bet that would have came up. Some people were probably thinking, like, what was that? What he was doing? Is that a conspiracy? It's like I already had some gems in my account today. I didn't have to add any. Wow, I just forgot to stop recording though. This video is going to be super long. 4-minute video. I should post the whole video to Twitter. See who watches it to the end. Peer pressure from the West Coast. Best cover art and comic book in inventory, hands down. Oh, that's a bold statement right there, real talk. You may have to go back and take a look at this right now then. It's a bold statement. All right, so he's saying this is the best cover art so far that we've gotten. Let's take a close, in-depth look. We got the common. I don't disagree with the common here. I think the common could definitely be up there with some of the best cover arts that we've seen so far. If I was going on just the covers alone, like this looks amazing. I think just the Colorway, the aesthetics, the uncommon. I think that looks good too. The black and white background, the girls colorway popping out here. I love it. The colorway there is fire. The rare black and white background with the shield colorway popping out. I do like this one. I like the baby blue background. Like I can tell that's baby blue, right? Kind of looks like a silver or baby blue to me. I'm getting like a baby blue vibe though. I like that one a lot too. And then the Secret Rare is fire today. Secret Rare might be one of my favorites. I would have to agree, guys. I mean, I know demand in the real world may not be there for this comic book, but things can be different on VeVe, especially once we can show these off in our showrooms, put these up on our showroom walls. I mean, people are going to want to show off the artwork. And there's only a limited amount of people who can get these. So I think that'll be a huge catalyst for these comics. That and the Master Collector program. Like when people see in writing what the Master Collector program points can do for you, I mean, you're getting 2 points a day just to hold this comic book that'll probably come out very cheap. You're getting 3 points a day to hold this comic book, which will probably come out really cheap. And then 6 points a day. Like just with this comic book set alone, I mean, so right along with Dave. So you're 1 for 30 on the drops. You haven't been getting the drops the last few days, Dave? Interesting that's what happened. Because I feel like a lot of people have been crushing the drops lately. I love no bots. Got 5. Let's go. It definitely feels like, old days. If you guys watch the Marvel Comics #1 live stream, you see that I got like 6 or 8 of them. And I took my time. I should have just went buy, gems taken out, buy again. But I was kind of waiting in between to try to time it to get like a good rarity. So ridiculous. I mean, looking back, it seems foolish, but if it worked, it would have seemed genius. I got to do something about my congestion down here. I may start streaming from a different location. I may start streaming from my bedroom upstairs or like my living room or something. Because it's to the point now where like it's getting ridiculous down here. What if I could set up something? I have like a backyard patio. And if I can hook up like with outlets, I feel like an outdoor setup would be amazing to watch. But then again, I'm kind of out of my house, so my internet may not be there. Lots of rebounds coming down the pipeline today. 2 cop don't drop. Ukome drop it, I cop it. Shout out to It's Wonderful. Speaking of, gotta throw in the tunes. I agree. Universe, this gonna be my theme song. Neo. Quick gate. Oh yeah. I'm on a blockchain in the space cool. We do a show in church of venue. Oh yeah. So to go over this real quick, right along with Dave, when you find out what variant you received, is this my first time hitting? So shout out to you for grabbing one today. If you waited, you'll be able to see your mint number. But unfortunately, you have to wait until you get your comic book delivered, and then you'll see the rarity. So if you want to check it out, you can go back to the store page, click on the drop that just happened, and then you probably will see a red bar that says 1 order pending delivery. You won't know which rarity you got until that actually gets delivered to your account. When you see this, though, it means that you definitely got one. You're 100% locked one in. It may take, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes for you to actually get that comic book in your collection. And then once you get it, there'll be like a button right below here. It'll be like substituted where the red bar is. It'll show you have one edition. You can click on it, and then that's when you'll be able to see the rarity, essentially.
Still I stay true.
My DeLorean. It does feel like last March. So for this one, shout out to Eric Nolan, my guy. Appreciate you big time for tuning in. Rushing into a cafe in Morocco to get the drop. Boom, can't buy gems for some reason. Hope you are well, JD. Yeah, so right now we're having an issue, or the Comey team, VeVe team's having an issue. Looks like Google Play removed them or something like that happened. There's some kind of issue to where people can't buy gems right now, which is just a temporary issue. They're going to get it back. Looks to me like maybe they were testing, maybe cash out. I don't know what it is. That's just a theory or assumption. Could be completely wrong, so don't go spread that. I don't know what they were testing, but I'll read you the tweet again. You might not have been here for when I first read it out, but this is what the VeVe team did come out and state today. Because I think there were a lot of people who might have been having issues. Heads up, the Google app review team had issues opening our app in their test environment. It isn't the first time it's happened, but it's the first time our app was automatically removed before we had a chance to respond. We're working to get it back up ASAP. Thank you. And smart move from the Comey team to block the comments on that one. It would have been so much fun. It's a rug pull. Yeah. You and non-fungible outside would be epic. Let's go. Yeah. Shout out to It's Wonderful, man. I know he does a lot of his videos from outside too. And we out in nature and we're feeling wonderful, man. I could definitely do that with just like my phone. But a lot of my videos, especially these days, I do like to drop videos. So, I mean, I could take my laptop out there, which would be pretty cool to do. And I would just need to like have a long wire to connect it in my house to have my whole setup and everything. It may not be perfect the way it is now, but hey, I think switching up the setting would be pretty cool to do. I read somewhere where you can't participate on the drops with gems that were not purchased directly from the app, probably on Reddit. I'm not too sure about this, Saggy Dot. It might be something with their temporary, issue or trying to fix the problems or whatever the case may be. But I would also say be careful where you hear things. I mean, Reddit is a crazy place. There's probably some good and probably some bad stuff on there. So take it with a grain of salt, I feel like. Got 4 of them. Shout out to my QB, Johnny Dunn, and my coaches, Brendan Z and Dino Lang. Let's go. Amazing. That's so good right there. It feels amazing to hit the drops again. I'm glad that you're hitting the drops, Zach. And I'm glad this little trick was able to get you to help understand. I mean, now you don't really need that trick. I feel like nowadays you can see the buy now and react to it. But if we ever have that situation pop up again, then we'll be able to still get the drops even if there are bots. And that's another thing that made me love these drops so much, because I know there was like an issue. The team has said there was an issue, right? So being able to still get the drops when the bot situation was going on just felt even more amazing. Finally scooped up a Joker FA yesterday. Been slacking on for too long. Solid move, dudes. Surprised you didn't get one already. I guess like you said, you were slacking. I've been trying to get a duplicate FA Joker. I think FA Joker Season 1 is going to be iconic long term. I got 5 using Quick Gate. Let's go. Is Quick Gate where you just what's Quick Gate? Quick Gate's probably developed from as you exit out as soon as it takes your money. I bet that's probably what Quick Gate is if you're grabbing a bunch of them. That used to be like an OG. That's what we were all were trying to figure out. Because there was never a bot problem. These didn't sell out in like 0.1 seconds. You could go for a drop. You could get a second one. You could get a third one. And then we started finding out, okay, when can you close the app or close the button or box or whatever to be able to go back and get more with that still counting? And we saw as soon as it takes your gems out of your account, you can actually go back and get more. So I'm not sure if that's what QuickGate is or not, but it sounds about right. I would call that QuickGate. Yeah, then you got it in right along, Dave. I would check back like every 10 minutes or every 20 minutes, whatever you want to do. Market opens up usually 30 minutes after the drop. So like 11:30 p.m. Eastern time usually. But lately it's been a little bit delayed, so it could open up an hour afterwards or whatever the case is. Yeah, good to see the fam getting drops again. What is your favorite collectible in the app, and what IP are you looking forward to most? Wow, Alex. Someone just asked me what my favorite collectible or favorite set is, and it's probably the toughest question in the world for me. To narrow down to one collectible, I don't know if I can do it, to be honest. Man, one collectible. My favorite, I can't do one collectible. If I had to do one, it would tear my heart apart, but I would have to just go Todd. Just because of what it means to VeVe, what it means in this whole digital collecting space, what it means for DC. DC's first NFT. First ever Batman. First ever VeVe NFT. But I can't just stop there. I'd have to go with Nightwing. That's my first ever drop on VeVe. I got 2 of them. Like, unbelievable. The conspiracy theory started then, I guess, if you want to go back. I got 2 Nightwing on my first ever drop. Walt Disney is one up there now for me. Maybe Secret or Spidey, just because I got him on the drop and I've been holding ever since. So, like, so many of these collectibles, not even just for the money. I mean, they mean so much to me because of like what it represents. Like, I got a Secret or Spidey on the drop. Like, and that was when we could go for the secret rare. It was like that old school drop before the blind boxes. So that one, I didn't know what I got either when I got that drop. It was only like probably like 1,500 in the marketplace at the time. And then it went all the way up to like 100K. I just held on to it, you know. I love seeing this. I'm gonna probably be doing the same. Don't tell anybody about QuickGate. Oh man, Knight Rider is the best question asker in the world. Usually, I feel like I can answer them pretty good. I'll still get to this question, Alex. I'm gonna go Steamboat Willie on this one. Uncommon. Steamboat Willie. Series 1. This is one of the few times I would pass up an FA. Yeah, I would. I would do that. Yep. I feel more comfortable personally. I would rather go with the Mickey Mouse NFT Collection Series 1. Now, what IP am I looking forward to the most coming? I'm not going to say your typical P word just because that's probably what everybody's going to be anticipating. Or I've seen a lot of Dragon Ball Z, you know, obviously the Pokemon stuff. For me, though, I mean, I'm a little bit different, I feel like, because especially sports has been my whole life. So not even for the value part. I do think a lot of these superhero collectibles will be more valuable than most sports collectibles that drop, you know, unless you get the top high-end sports type stuff. That's why I really liked what Gary Vee had to say about Top Shot. He thinks, you know, the founders of Top Shot, amazing, you know, pioneers in the space. The macro as a whole, amazing. But he said the micro in the Top Shots, each individual moment, probably a little overrated just because there's so many sports moments of so many players out there. You know, assists, rebounds from people that may not even last a few years in the league. But then he talked about how, you know, when you have the top tier, you know, maybe LeBron James type stuff, those will do well. But he said it's not like the IP of Batman, Superman, And so that that video will always stand out to me because that was early March in 2021. It was just another video that I got so excited for VeVe because I was like, oh my gosh, Batman, Superman, that's what VeVe has. I was like, going crazy, you know? So I'm excited for sports just because I played sports my whole life. Like, I can't wait for MLB, PGA stuff. If we get PGA players, PGA Tour, I don't know if we will or not, but I know we will get NFL PA, NFL players. Marshawn Lynch, I could see one day, maybe Cam Newton, stuff like that. I would think will be huge. I'm excited for that kind of stuff. I do think a lot of these superhero stuff will be probably more valuable, maybe. But I love sports, so I would say sports IP. Like, I want to see a Tiger Woods drop so bad. But I'm a big fan of like Tom Brady too. Tom Brady. A lot of these NFL, people are going to say no Tom Brady because he's on different platforms. I don't think that would make him say, let's not release something else on the VeVe platform. I would love to see an FA Tom Brady in premium digital format. And I think that would be huge. Yeah, bro. Once spamming started bugging for me, I took like 10 straight L's. Then Johnny came in clutch with the info. And here I am hitting, before this bot stuff this week, up to 2 to 3 drops. 2 out of 3 drop hits. Let's go. Man, that feels amazing, Zach, because you know how many times I've tried to tell this to people, and instead of people having an open mind and saying, let me just try, because you could have tried it and maybe it didn't work for you. And you say, okay, let me try something else then. And that'd be completely okay too, but it worked for you. You were open-minded and it clicked. So many people out there are just not open-minded enough. Say, timing, it's not timing, dude. It's your internet. It's like, oh my gosh. How many times do I have to say there's people with better internet than me, lower ping, better location, or the same location, and still don't hit? So if it was about that, they would be crushing it. So this is just another different way to do it, different perspective. Maybe it works for some people, maybe it doesn't, but it's those people who have egos. It's those people who are closed-minded, who just refuse to even say, let me try this. They'd rather just say, nah, dude, it's not right. It's a conspiracy. It's influencer advantage. It's this or it's that. It's so much easier for people with an ego just to say it's not real, as opposed to say, let me be open-minded and try this. So I appreciate stuff like this so much, Zach. I'm glad the sports reference was able to help too. I don't know what VeVe's going to drop this weekend. I don't know, but I hope it's nothing too big. I think we're in that stage where, like I said before, they could drop something huge. You got half the people excited. Half the people are going to say, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Fix the drop system first, or let the market breathe, or whatever. And then they could drop maybe not important collectible or not much hype demand. And then people are going to say, what is this? Another garbage drop or something. So I always find it funny to see the different reactions, because you can't win. When you're trying to please millions of people or hundreds of thousands of people, there's going to be people upset, but that's why I would say VeVe's going to have something for everybody. Everything that VeVe drops may not be for you. So that's why it's going to be crucial to try to pick and choose which ones you like. Wow, Punch, if you got a secret rare, let's go. Mine's still pending. So if the market does open, excuse me, I expect the prices to kind of be high and then work its way down. And I say that only because if you're new, you can check this out right here. So go to the latest drop. You can see I still don't have mine delivered, but keep scrolling down. And here you can see 16.4K out of 20.9K left of the commons. And you can go all the way down or scroll all the way over. Secret rares and check out how many have to be delivered for them. And what this means is there's still 394 secret rares out of 500 left to be distributed. So all that means is that most people who got a drop today still they won't get their collectible or comic book delivered to them right away. So you'll only see maybe a handful of comics in the market for sale. And when there's only a limited amount and there's only a couple in there, that's usually when you see a high floor. And then as more and more people get their comic distributed to them, more and more people put it in the market, more and more people undercut, and that's why we usually see the prices come down. And then when they're all delivered and they hit a floor bottom, if there's demand, that's usually when they start to rise back up. Got an ultra rare. Let's go, Daniel. How much was Secret Rare Spidey Floor right after it dropped? Secret Rare Spidey Floor, I think it was like $1,500. Maybe it was like $2K and it worked down to like $1,300. It got as low as like $1,500. And I so wish I just went and picked up more. But I was just happy I got one, and I got it for $400. Crazy, right? I was here in VeVe when Rizzo was $400 in the market. And there was about 6,000 Todds in the store for retail. You know, Todd took like 5 months to sell out. Isn't that crazy? Todd McFarlane Batman, the same one that's $5,000 right now, got released in October in 2020. 6,000 of them were in stock from November 2020, December 2020, January 2021, February 2021, March 1st, 6,000 Todds for sale, for retail, for $79.99. So if you had all the money in the world, you could have bought 6,000 Todds for $80. But that's the psychology aspect. People were telling me Todd's not valuable. People were telling me Todd's never going to sell out. And so I was the moon boy saying, what are you guys talking about? We're going to have hundreds of thousands of people here on this app. 7,500 editions is going to seem like nothing. Bye. I was looked at as stupid. So it just goes to show you that things can change, you know, the perception can change instantly. As soon as things started to sell out, and there's 1,000 Todds left, FOMO happened. Now people want it because it's selling out. It got released. Retail price was probably like $150, $200. Took months to get to like $700. You know, so that's the other thing. People want things to skyrocket right away. Marvel Comics #1 resold. People are so excited. We finally got Marvel Comics. First one gets dropped. Boom. Sold out in a couple minutes. I knew that was going to be history. We didn't think it was going to sell out that fast. And in a couple minutes was fast back then. And then we opened the app. Secondary sales in the marketplace, $2. $2.99 got down to $1.99. You know? So people are saying they lost momentum. VeVe's done. VeVe's sinking. So we're always going to have these cycles, you know? It's just funny to kind of look back at it now and kind of say, how? You know? Love getting the green truck. 4 in a row. Bots are dead. Let's go, Dana Remus. Metazoo, let's go. Who wants to see you on VeVe? I still have to, you know, learn more about that. I did dive into that a little bit, Punch, just to try to see what it was about. Interesting. Did you get the MLB stamp? I did. I had to get that one, real talk. I think I paid, let's see what I paid for it. Nothing crazy. I don't have a crazy mint number of this one either. It was just a regular floor price one. I wish I did. It's like a 5,000 mint. Got one delivered. I didn't get mine delivered just yet. Common game. Sports players would be fantastic. Can't wait for that, Diane. See? And that's the other thing. I mean, they've already confirmed that we're getting sports. But again, things just take time. And so I think they want to kind of synchronize it with maybe a sports season like football. I could definitely see when the NFL season comes out this fall. Maybe then we get some NFL first drops. That'd be huge, I think. JD, what would you pay for a 3D life-size Tiger Woods tee-off or Tom Brady throwing you a Super Bowl touchdown pass, and you can only get one, though, and turns gold in the display case? Oh, my God, Punch. Oh, my gosh. You might see some collectibles in the market. It would be such a tough decision, man. I mean, I'm buying it. I don't care what it costs. It's one of those where it's like, you know, the price doesn't matter. It's almost like just how much does that price hurt? I would do whatever it takes to get that punch. Tiger Woods would be number 1 for me. Tom Brady would be number 2. Jordan and Kobe would be right there, though. Like, and I definitely see that kind of stuff happening, Punch, one day, because the way I've been seeing things, like, okay, Disney released their first NFTs, right? And what was the utility that came with that? The fact that they even brought utility in with their first NFTs blows my mind. Shows me that they're just testing it. Let's just test, see how it works. We got bigger plans, you know? Their first NFTs ever brought utility with a subscription, with Disney Plus subscription, right? Disney owns ESPN. They own ESPN Plus. So if we got golden moments to celebrate Disney's 50th anniversary of Disney Plus, and you get a subscription to that, I have been kind of speculating, guessing, wanting, hoping for an ESPN Plus subscription as a utility for sports, Disney, golden moments. Let's go. I would go crazy. I would be in such a tough position, a good tough position, because I have amazing duplicates. You know, I have the Todds, I have the Walt Disneys, but I don't want to sell them, you know, even the duplicates. Like, everybody thinks once you have duplicates, you won't be afraid to sell them. You grow attached to your duplicates. That's why you want those duplicates. So I bought my stamp for $37.99. It's $37 right now. So $1 below what I got it at, 99 cents below what I got it at. But I think under 40 is a pretty good deal right there, in my opinion. The floor is 37, but it goes to 39 right away. Then kind of a wall at 40. But I mean, I didn't really care about the price. I just wanted to buy it. Your timing technique has helped me tons. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, this is amazing to hear as well. I'm so glad it's helped other people, Diane C. Jurassic Park. We already know that's happening. You can actually see the first ever teaser of the T-Rex when David used Instagram. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. I'm excited. They've been teasing this since last year. So what I think is happening is they're probably going to release it whenever that Jurassic Park movie comes out. I think it's coming out this year, right? A new Jurassic Park movie? Jurassic World? Here it is. All right. The man, the myth. Go to David Yu's Instagram. And you can see the first little teaser of a T-Rex. He said, "Who let the dogs out?" Can you imagine? It's probably going to be animated because it looks like it's walking, right? It looks like it's out there. Oh, man. I think that's going to be insane. Like, you have a T-Rex, Johnny, in your showroom. Man. I wonder what they're going to do. I wonder if that would be like if T-Rex would be one of the rarities and they drop other dinosaurs and type thing, or would it be like one T-Rex and then the secret rares animated? I'm not sure what they would do. I hope there's only one kind of T-Rex though. Yeah, absolutely, Crypto Zero. And that's the other thing too. People, I've seen other projects pop up ever since, March, April 2021. And so I think it's a good idea for people to, test things out, see what other things are into, like, see what other projects, they're doing well on, what maybe they need work on. So I feel like there's nothing wrong with testing out other projects to try to see where they're at. But I do believe that, and maybe it's just my personal opinion. I've had this personal opinion since day one. Before I even put $1 into the VeVe app, I was saying how amazing VeVe is, how big VeVe is going to be. But, there's nothing wrong with testing out other projects. I do believe that VeVe is probably going to be number one. But that's just my opinion. And I'm sure other platforms are going to, have their issues as well, too. 705 Common. I'm just saying I would probably hold on to this one just because I don't think it's going to have much demand right now in the market. Maybe if you can get in the market right away as soon as it opens and be one of the first people to let it go, put it at a high price and see if someone buys it before other people list their... Oh, market's open. All right. All right, so there's 12 secret rares going for 150 right now. Pretty low. Ultra rares going for $50 right now. The rares going for 13. It's huge. We saw this last time too. The difference between the ultra rare and the rare is a huge difference. I think the rare would be a huge opportunity. But again, you don't know if it's going to keep dipping or not. I just think $13 or 2x from retail for a rare is going to be a steal long term. We got the uncommon 648 just below retail. You got the common 448. I always blew my mind when that happens. Always blows my mind, I should say. Would you rather pick up a Wonder Woman FA or Steamboat Willie uncommon? Oh, Wonder Woman I like a lot. Knight Riders, because I know how big Wonder Woman is. I'd rather go with the Wonder Woman FA over the common Spidey zombie, even maybe. But Steamboat Willie, are they about the same price right now? This is a win-win situation, I feel like. A WW, Wonder Woman, win-win. I don't know how that's all the same initials, but if you go Wonder Woman FA, it's a win. If you go Steamboat Willie uncommon, it's a win, I think. But I think Wonder Woman FA is a much closer argument. Like that Wonder Woman FA, I feel like is a top tier collectible. Even though it's in that like kid version of Wonder Woman, I still think it's gonna be a big one. But Steamboat Willie, it's Disney. See, FA is usually like a safeguard for a lot of these collectibles, I feel like a safe blanket. Steamboat Willie, I feel like safe blanket is the fact that it's Series 1. And this is like the first appearance of Mickey Mouse in the real world, is Steamboat Willie. I don't think it really needs a FEFA for VeVe's purposes. I still say Steamboat Willie. It's going to be a tough one, though, because I think Wonder Woman FA is going to do amazing. But to have the Mickey Mouse NFT collection Series 1, I still think is going to be iconic. When I joined this year, it was before the Disney pump, and Elsa was in the 900s. Still hasn't dropped that low, even with the down market. That's what I mean, Johnny boy. I mean, what's crazy is, all right, so I've been here since March of 2021. I've seen when markets run up, and I've seen when they've kind of retraced back down. I've seen them run back up. I've seen them retrace back down. I've seen it like a bunch of different times. And every single time, this has been the common theme. When it runs up, there's FOMO, obviously. When it runs back down, people think it's dead, right? But every time it hits a floor and before it goes back up, the floor is always higher than what it was before. Meaning when Todd first ran up to, say, $1,000, right? And then it retraced back down. It didn't retrace back down to $200. It retraced back down to like $400 or $500 or $300. It's always above what the previous floor was. Like Elsa, I bought my Elsa at $190, $190. And so when it ran up and retraced back down, it didn't go back down to $190. It went back down in the 900s, or not even that low. You even just said not even 900, right? So that's what I always see happening. Anytime we have a huge run up, that might be the time to maybe let go of some of your duplicates if you were looking to do that. It's a time when they retrace and things are stagnant and there's FUD and there's negativity and unsure. That's what FUD is: fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's usually accumulation period. The FOMO happens when everything's skyrocketing, meaning I was accumulating in March when we had, right before we had a huge run up. March, by the end of March, like early April, market, finally selling out. Things were running up on me, but then everything kind of crashed back down, right? And so for those couple months, I was just accumulating. I was just stacking the stuff I was getting. That's when I was buying a lot of stuff back then. And then a few months from then, that's when we saw a first little run up, and it just kept happening that way. Then maybe a little retracement, then another run up, then a retracement. That's how markets move. They don't just go like a straight vertical line. They go up, they come back down a little bit, they go up, they come back down a little bit, they go up. But if that macro trend is still up, that's what you have to look at. Is the macro trend still up? And the macro trend on VeVe is still up. It's just, it's going to go up and down along the way. So that's just how I've seen it. Again, that's not financial advice. This is just in my opinions, everything I've learned from my experience. JT got a dub. I only went for 1-2 today. Punch's mom got one today. Let's go. The World Cup NFT. Market's open. Appreciate it. Let me know. JD, please help out. I can't log in and see what I got on the drop. Really? Punch. Have you tried exiting out? Like exiting out your total app, closing the app, and when you come back in, it should open. And if not, let me know. Maybe, I hate saying uninstall, reinstall the app, just because I know anytime you sign out of the app, it gets scary. So maybe do that if that's your last route, last option. Or maybe just give it some time. Maybe try it back in about 10, 20 minutes. I still have one order pending. Looks like the market is open, though. Hey, solid job. Ultra rare on the drop 4-minute rebound. Ultra rare on the drop 4-minute rebound as well. Let's go. I like the ultra rare a lot on this one. I made a hard choice a few months ago, but it's working out. I traded a Steamboat Willie for secret rare Cap. Cap and Spidey were only Avengers with 900 total mints. That's why I did it. I was mad at first. Steamboat Willie went to 10K. Now look. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy, actually. Yeah, so wow, what a trade you did. Definitely risky. I do like, all right, so those are two collectibles right there that are very interesting because they have high demand, high popularity, but they don't have the FA tag. So a lot of people, especially me and everyone else who's been so big on the FE tag, may look at that and say you don't want it. But I think there's some exceptions sometimes to where some of these collectibles I think can still do really well without having the FE tag. I think Captain America is one of them as well too. 1,000 total mints, and the VeVe team took a bunch too, so less than 1,000 editions. Premium format of the Captain America. We've seen the FA go with the Marvel Mighties, which I think the Marvel Mighties will be big too. FA Captain America with the VeVe exclusive license. But because of that premium version of Captain America, one, looks amazing with the animation and everything. The fact that it is very limited, super limited. Like, we see Secret Rare Spider-Man hit 40K, 100K, 90K, whatever it is right now, maybe 35K. Say it's at 35K right now. I think Captain America could easily be 10K if it had that FA tag right now. So I definitely, I'm holding my Captain America still, my secret rare. I got it on the drop, sold it, and then bought it back. So I do have my Captain America. I'm kind of upset I did that because now it's not an originally owned Captain America secret rare. And I wanted to have that one and my Spidey be two originally owned ones. Because the fact I got them both on the drop, it's just unbelievable. It just adds kind of to like the legacy, I would say. But I do believe both of them are amazing. Now, you made a crucial, hard decision to sell the Steamboat Willie for the Captain America. I'm glad it's worked out right now. I still believe in the Steamboat Willie, though, ultra rare. But it'll be interesting to see how they both do. Man, that was a hard trade right there. Shout out to you for having them working out, though. I love both. I love Steamboat Willie ultra rare. I love that secret rare Captain America. I'm not sure if we're going to see 1,000 mints again. We might not. When imagine when Wolverine drops, when the Hulk drops in that premium format, and we got the secret rare animation. One, Wolverine's going to look amazing. The Hulk's animation is probably going to be unreal. Those are two that I'm going to have to add to my collection. So I hope there's not only 1,000 mints of them, because I don't know if we'll be able to get them, but it'll be interesting to see because, like you said, 900 editions essentially. I don't know if we'll ever see that again, but who knows, right? Just got the new 5G and device not compatible. So strange. Just clear your data and cache. Nancy said, yeah, did that work out, Punch? Wifey got the dub. Yeah, absolutely. This is something that I think a lot of people are paying attention to. DC did renew their contract, I believe. That's why we see the new percentage of how much they take out for their cut. I think that's a bullish signal because it just shows you that DC's involved, you know? I believe in all Steamboat Willie. I have 10 common. Let's go. Energy. I feel the same way. I don't have as many duplicates as that, but this is Mickey Mouse NFT collection series 1. I think there's a reason why they made this the black and white, the Steamboat Willie, the one that started it all, because it's the first series. Yeah, absolutely. Transfer me in the Hulk. If you got the secret rare punch, that's going to be unbelievable. Johnny, do you have a video of the collectibles you have on VeVe? I think I do. Maybe it's not updated. I should make a video right along with Dave. Would you want to see a video, like a short couple-minute video of like my entire collection? I did do one a while ago, but it's definitely changed completely since then. Maybe I will do this. I probably will make a little video. Nothing too crazy, but just to go over my collection. I love my collection so much. I could talk about it for hours. But it's one of those things where I don't like talking about it too much because I feel like some people get offensive from it. They feel like it's just like bragging, but I feel like it's motivation. It's inspiring. I love when I see Wales collections of 2,000 collectibles, all these amazing low mints, like Lewis Morgan's collection's unbelievable. All these low mint Rizzos, Secret Rare Spidey. Like, I love seeing that kind of stuff, but I feel like everybody's a little bit different. Yeah, this is something I definitely need to do. Share some of my vault picks, collectibles, and AR in Discord. I definitely need to do that. I'm going to take some... I haven't been taking a lot of videos or photos when I'm out golfing lately. A couple of reasons why. Just because, one, the weather hasn't been great. It's either been like raining or it's been too windy. When you're setting my phone. And also, I've been getting to the point where I've been getting a little nervous. I've been getting a little scared to see who's been watching me out there because I feel like my phone's a little bit too important to leave on a tripod and then kind of walk 100 yards away from it while it's unlocked, you know? So, like, that's one thing that I've been kind of worrying about lately. I didn't really think about it too much until the last few times I was doing it. I would put my phone up there on the tripod right by the green and walk away like 100, 120 yards. And I'm thinking, like, it only takes one person to drive by, just snatch that, and then there goes, you know? Leaving it unlocked videotape. So it's like, even just thinking about that, it's been a reason why I haven't been recording too much lately, because I'm like, my collection is too valuable to be taking that chance. Got my first comic secret rare. Let's go, Abe Cardi. I love the name too. Let's go. I think the secret rare looks amazing. The prices are low right now, but you know, it's just because it's not the most valuable in-demand comic book in the real world right now. Oh man, that's a tough decision right there, K Walker. Can you get both? Usually my answer for a lot of tough decision is both if you can. I would like to see it, and I'm sure the diehards would also. Okay, cool. Yeah, good to know. I'll definitely make this happen then right along, Dave. I'll kind of just go over, you know, my collectibles and comics and kind of just tell stories about each one, why I have them or how I got them, because that's kind of the fun part of, to me. Like, each collectible I have is almost like a story in itself. They're all time capsules. Like, I can just go on my profile and just talk about it. Like, all right, Todd, first one. I'll save most of this for like the video, obviously, but I'll just go over a couple. Like Todd. Todd means so much to me because it's obviously, you guys know, it's the first VeVe NFT, first FA Batman, first DC NFT. Like, I love Todd so much because I was buying Todd's in-store retail. I saw the vision and everybody was making fun of me. So it's like, oh my gosh, like, you know, that feeling of like going against the grain when most people are saying, what are you doing? 7,500 editions? There's more editions than there are people on the app right now. And I was like, yeah, right now. So capitalize on that. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of people here. And like, so I thought it was going to happen sooner. I thought I was late. I thought it was going to happen in the next month or two. So I was just trying to go hard. So that's Todd. I mean, Nightwing, that's my first drop ever on VeVe. I'll probably talk about that drop on the video because a lot of people weren't there for the drop. The hardest drop ever. Rizzo. If you look at the history on this one, it says I paid $69.99 for the Rizzo. But I didn't actually buy this one in the store. This was one that was sold out. It was in the secondary for like $400. I didn't buy it. I didn't think I was going to be able to spend that much money on the VeVe app. Think about that, right? I probably was only going to be able to spend like maybe $250 at the time. Crazy. But this is a trade I did back in the day when the markets were actually closed. I traded a bunch of collectibles. I paid, I think, maybe 1,200 gems at the time. And then I was able to get the Rizzo. And the person I got it from, I guess, originally bought it in the store. So it's just cool to have that originally retail $69.99. The FA Robin. Shout out to Crypto Khaki, the Todd father. I have his Robin. I traded him, I think, a Todd and a FA Joker, or maybe it was just FA Joker. I think it was maybe both of them. And at the time, Robin was way more expensive, but we even came to the agreement. We're like, short term, it looks like I'm winning this, but we kind of both agree that long term, we knew where Todd was going. So shout out to my guy, Todd father. FA Joker. I have a 559 mint. And I love the mint of this one so much because this is before mints were randomized. This is when, if you were first to buy it in the store, you got the lowest mint. If you were the last person to buy it in the store, you got the highest mint. So these low mints, like the FA Joker, the FA Harley Quinn, FA Penguin, like these low mints mean so much to me because I was there for in-store retail and I bought them. The Joe M Batman 615, like. So it's just, that's just the first view of my profile. Like, I'd love talking about it. Yes, thanks, JD. I've been a strong advocate to be just on the app. Only buy on app. I hate bots and scared to not see my collection again. Absolutely, Punch. And that's the other thing, too. I think a lot of you guys know I've been always a big proponent on, yeah, you may get some crazy deals off the app, but if you keep everything on the app, there is no risk at that point. The only risk is the non-cash out, but we all know that's happening eventually. So you guys know I've always said try to keep all the purchases on the app. Punch, yeah, hopefully we're able to get this situated with you. Are you able to get back in the VeVe app? JD, let me see your phone for a second. Are you talking about like me being at the golf course? Man, that it really didn't hit me until probably the last couple of weeks. I put my tripod up there, record it on the green, because I usually put the tripod on the green and then I'll go back like 100 yards or something. And I as I kept walking back, I kept looking at it like, you know, I am at a random golf course with like houses along the side of me. It only takes one person to come and scoop that up, and then I'm done. You know, even just saying this out there now, like it makes me make sure that I'm not doing that. You know, so those days might be over with, or I might just have to get a different phone or a video camera to actually film it. But I can't be leaving my phone unlocked 100+ yards away from it. Like my phone's too valuable these days. Someone driving the green truck and snap your phone up. Could you imagine? That would be the biggest troll ever. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine that? That could be like a movie one day. That could be a scene in a movie. Oh my gosh. New short on the Palace channel to help show how to secure multiple and drop. Brendan Z with the knowledge. Let's go, BZ. Yeah, if you guys aren't following If you guys aren't following the Palace on YouTube, make sure you guys go check them out. A bunch of awesome content creators. We got Jerry, who usually tunes in. We got BZ, who's became a legend himself. We got Zachary Roy. He's becoming a legend himself too. Got a bunch of people in the palace making great VeVe content. I love to see it. I love trying to promote anybody out there making VeVe content. You guys have been killing it. Keep it up. Family member here in New York and her husband couldn't buy gems from the app. Looks like something's going on, so we'll have to fix it. Donald Duck FE card or Steamboat Willie uncommon. I love Donald Duck. First edition, I'm still going Steamboat Willie. I'm still going Steamboat Willie Knight Rider. I don't have the Donald Duck FE card. That's been one I've been trying to get as well too. I probably should have got that one recently because it's pretty low right now. I work at a country club and live on a different golf course. Literally can't escape it. Wow. That's amazing. All right, so you live on a golf course. Do you ever kind of go out on the back or your backyard and maybe just play on the one hole? Because I mean, every time I see any houses on golf courses, I imagine all the time, like if I lived here, I would just come outside and just go in the hole all day. You know, I kind of do that now, and I don't even live on a golf course. Yeah, don't do that. Can you send me that address? It's to the point, man, where it's funny because I'll be out there, put my tripod on the green, and then I'm like walking. I start like jogging. I'm like, I gotta hurry up and hit this. I gotta hurry up and hit these shots because it's just started weighing on me. I mean, I used to never even think about that, but the last couple of weeks, I was like, it's really not worth me taking a video. You know, as much as I love doing it, I even made one in the other day when I was practicing. I'm like, dang, of course it's not on video. That also made me think of how many amazing shots has Tiger Woods probably had when he's just practicing, putting in work after hours, you know, when you don't see it on TV. His best shots in the entire world probably came then, and nobody's ever seen them. It just made me think about that. Can only buy one, Ultra Rare Steamboat or Ultra Rare Spidey if I was you. Do you have the other rarities of Spider-Man? And do you have the other Steamboat Willies in that rarity? And that's it. Man, that's such a tough one. I think Horgo had the same debate, and I think he went with the Ultra Rare Spider-Man. I think Ultra Rare Spider-Man hit 15K. Getsy saying Ultra Rare Spider-Man. I have one of each. I have the one Ultra Rare Spidey. I have the Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie. I love the Spider-Man because it's an FA of Spider-Man, the first ever Spider-Man. It's the first Marvel NFT. But this is Mickey Mouse NFT Collection Series 1. It's a tough debate. Again, I think both are wins. Maybe you go what Getsy said, Ultra Rare Spidey. Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie, though. Man, K. Walker, tough decisions, man. Tough decisions. I mean, Steamboat Willie's hit 10K, I think, right? What was the max for Steamboat Willie? I think they're both amazing collectibles, K. Walker. If I was you, I would be happy with either one. Because, I mean, Ultra Rare Spidey, you're going to be able to say you have the Ultra Rare first ever Spider-Man in digital format. You have the first ever Marvel NFT. The only downside with that is you don't have that secret rare, that top rarity of that one. At least with the Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie, you can say you have the highest rarity or like the best rarity or whatever. That's how I feel Getsy about this one. It's like you got 2 bricks of gold. Which one do you want more, you know? Have a Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie, but no Ultra Rare Spidey, but now I want Spidey too. Let's go. May have to get one K. Walker before Energy gets one. I love them both, man. I think having both, you can't go wrong. I love Ultra Rare Steamboat Willie because you're taking a 2D and for the first time ever making a 3D animated, which has never been seen before. I mean, that's the first appearance of Mickey Mouse in the real world. That's huge. I live right off the green of an isolated uphill par 3. It's perfect for wedge and high iron game, and when it snows, sledding. Wow. See, that's actually my favorite hole in golf. A par 3 isolated green, or really an island green, is my favorite. I have an island green on the 17th hole at a course that's kind of near me. It's kind of a little bit further away. It's not the one I go to all the time, but it is the one that we had a tournament at last summer, I believe. But the 17th hole at Riverwinds, I love Riverwinds. That's the course that Ron Jaworski owns. The 17th hole, it's downhill actually, but it's right by the Delaware River, so you see the whole, like, it's an island green. It looks amazing. Punch, are we still not in? Are we still having issues? Let me know off the one. I'm gonna wrap up this live stream right now, and then let me know in a DM if you're still having issues. And if you are, I'll try to reach out to a team member and see if you can get that resolved. Maybe try uninstalling the app and reinstalling it. Make sure you know your password if that's the case. Wow, let's go. You bet on Scheffler. You called too. You called Cam. He had an amazing day too, or amazing week, I should say. Man, Scotty Scheffler was dominating. Good to see him do well. Do not uninstall. Oh, maybe that's the case. Yeah, maybe don't uninstall it and then reinstall because it's not on the Google store. That's actually a great point. Yeah, maybe Punch don't uninstall it. Ask me how I know. Did you uninstall it and then you tried to reinstall it and you saw it's not there? Oh, man. Just know that it will come back up. I know it's probably frustrating. It's probably scary, nerve-wracking. But just remember that, you know, the team will be on it. The team is getting on it. But it's definitely got to be scary. Peace, man. See you next drop. Later, VeVe fam. Johnny boy. Johnny West Coast. See you later, brother. Take it easy. Good job on the drop today. I don't think mine's delivered yet either. Let's check it out. Nope, not delivered yet. My secret rare has not came in yet. Miss Rose, what did you end up getting today? Were you Common Gang again? Were you able to sneak out a ultra rare or something great? Still undelivered. Good night, guys. December. Yeah. Hopefully you wake up and you're surprised by secret rare. Yeah, Finau. I'm surprised he didn't do as well. I thought he was going to do pretty good. Common Gang. Hey, hopefully I'm not Common Gang today. You're going to get a secret rare eventually. I know a lot of people have still been waiting on their first ever secret rare. It'll eventually come. Stay patient. Stay grinding. Stay dropping. Stay Vivian. But with that all being said, I am signing out. Stay tuned for the next live stream tomorrow morning. Same time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And there's a couple of different interviews that I haven't gotten to that I do want to get to still. The interview of me and Pirates from back in the day, June 6, 2021. Still got to get to that one. And we're going to be playing some more Pineapple Gang music next live stream as well. Only played a little bit of the first song, but wanted to put on Omi Millionaire, some Gary V, some VeVe Vault, you know, all the bangers. I want to go through the whole album eventually. I like the whole album. It's amazing. But with all that being said, I'm signing out today, guys. Appreciate you big time for all the support. You know, shout out to the whole fam getting drops. Good to see the green trucks are back. Bunch of dubs. You know, love to see it. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early, 11 a.m. Eastern time is the drop. I'll be live 10 a.m. Eastern time. See you then. I'll catch you guys later. I'm signing out. It's your boy, Johnny Dunn. We out, fam.